logo up there, and then I see mine, and I don't know. I think I like yours better. Good morning, John. How are you today?
Oh, we doing good, y'all.
Sound like you might have a little cold.
Uh, yeah, it crawled up on me the other day.
Yeah, because it's getting cold there in Louisiana, huh?
Well, the bad part was the other day it got down in the 30s, highs in the 50s, and now we're shooting right on back up to 80.
Jeez, so your body doesn't know what to do.
No,
That's crazy.
no,
Well, gang, the community is talking about Mikey big time. Mikey's been lost at sea now since 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon Pacific Standard Time. But let me just tell you something. Mikey is a very, very, very knowledgeable waterman. He's been spending tons of time out on the water on his little personal watercraft. He knows exactly what he needs to do. He put out a call yesterday. He was talking to the Navy and to the Coast Guard until the wee hours of the evening, and then his battery went dead. So he wasn't sinking, and that's good. And there's some fog down in that area and some other things that go on. So let's just all have a happy thought and a happy say a prayer for our buddy Mikey. And I'm going to just show you a little video about Mikey here and kind of look at what he's doing. He's been lost at sea, everybody, since 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Now, him and I talked a lot before this trip. He was going to come all the way down, fish his way down to Adolfo's Lopez Mateos. I was going to drive up there and we were going to spend the weekend fishing up there next weekend. I can't believe this is happening right now. And I really, in my heart of hearts, think that he's going to make it. He is going to be our guest on Friday on our show. He got Starlink for his pickup truck, and he was going to be on the show on Friday. And I just want to show you a little bit about him, and then anybody that knows anything about him or wants to talk about him, feel free to talk about him. I think he's going to be fine. I know he's going to be fine. They're going to find Mikey. He's going to have one hell of a story. But check this out. This is Mikey. Mikey's lost at sea right now. We're all going to say a prayer right now. We're going to hope and pray that Mikey's found. He's a very, very, very good human being inside and out. Plus, he's a great waterman. So he kind of has a half a clue of what the hell's going on. I don't want anybody to say anything negative. Let's hope and pray that Mikey's found. Fish and Sips. You can follow him on Instagram and YouTube. Check out Mikey, and let's just hope and pray we hear real soon that Mikey's found and he's doing fine. And that's all we can hope for, gang. You can't start thinking the worst. You can't start talking about what you think you thought you thunk. Only the people that really know what's going on is him and God, and
that's
hopefully
it.
God takes good care of him.
They'll find him. He'll be floating in his boat fishing.
Gosh, I hope so, man. I feel really bad for him, and I'm super hopeful that they find him, and he's got one hell of a story to tell us all, John.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's gonna be like I said. He'll be all right.
Absolutely. I like your attitude. Gang, I want to thank you all for watching Justin this morning. He was fishing at Catalina. He'll be back live with us this afternoon after this podcast. And then keep Mikey in your thoughts and your prayers, gang. We'll talk about it. If anybody's got anything to say, I'll bring you up on the screen and you share your thoughts and prayers for Mikey. But let's talk about some positive stuff right now, John. You guys had a hell of a time getting your store up online, right?
That was a pain in the ass.
That's hard, crazy.
It was ridiculous. Trust me.
Unbelievable.
But it's up and running. It's not exactly what we want it and how we want it, but it's up and running, and now we can just gradually make changes as we go.
Good. Well, gang, we got John from River Cats Tackle here down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We're talking with him today. I told him I'd bring him back as soon as he got his store up and running so we can talk about all the great things that he does and how he helps. And he's been helping our community. He's been helping a lot of the guys in our community with all kinds of different stuff. I know you helped my son Riley out with a brand new fishing pole. And first of all, I want to thank John for taking care of Riley. And then I want to thank Sonny for joining us today. Very, very cool to have Sonny on the show today. That's my father-in-law. That's Kelly's dad. He's watching the show right now. And it's very cool to have you as a part of the show today, Sonny. And Summer, always there to make sure that Sonny finds his way onto the internet. It's really hard to figure this out. I know you don't know, but Your Saltwater Guide on YouTube, it's very, very hard to figure out. So I'm glad you figured it out. And yeah, we're very hopeful that Mikey's found and that he's doing good. He's down fishing in Ascension Bay in Baja California. I'm just letting you guys know the little bit of information I know. And I talked to Phil. I got some information from Phil, but I don't want to speculate. I don't want to anything. I'm there. I played a little video a minute ago about Mikey and what a great guy he is. And all we can do is hope and pray that Mikey's going to that they're going to find him. So I'm just telling you, Elliot, we're all praying for Mikey, and we hope that he'll be here because he was going to be our guest this Friday with his Starlink coming live from the Baja. He's coming all the way down the Baja to Adolfo's Lopez Mateos, and we were going to fish together next weekend. So hopefully he's going to be on here on Friday telling his story and how great of a story it's going to be.
Well,
but
that would be a hell of a story, wouldn't it?
He's got the whole industry on the West Coast praying for him right now. It's a big deal. He's a big deal out here on the West Coast. He's such a fine, fine man, and he's always been there for everybody. So we're all praying for him and hoping that he makes it, gang. So let's just say that the fog has got it all bamboozled right now. But he was fishing in Ascension Bay yesterday, and around 2:00, he put out a mayday saying that his engine wasn't working. And I've heard anything from 8 miles off the beach to 12 miles off the beach. So I don't want to speculate anything. I don't really know. It's all hearsay, but let's just hope and pray that he's found and everything's cool and he can tell his story on the show on Friday. That'd be awesome. And we're going to do our podcast with John today. And I'm just, when you guys come up on here and ask a question or something about what's going on with Mikey, I just kind of share what I can, but he's lost at sea right now, but we know he's going to be found because we know he's going to be found.
Yep.
And we just hope that he's going to be found safe and he's going to have a hell of a story. And the West Coast community all reached out to me this morning and hoped that I would talk about it on the podcast today. So here we are talking about it, and we'll talk about it on the live show afterwards, John. But yeah, he's big time, man. It's very, very hopeful. And I don't know what he had on the boat, if he had an EPIRB or what he had. I don't know. I'm not making any assumptions or speculations. I'm just putting it out there, the little bit of information that I know about. But I do know he's a good waterman, and I know he spends tons and tons of time on the water on his little boat. So there's a really good chance that he will be found happy and telling a hell of a story.
Like I
So
said, they're going to find him fishing.
yeah, exactly. The current's very strong in that area. So yeah, he could have drifted a long ways and he's just drifting along and they're just waiting. It's like looking for the old proverbial needle in a haystack. It's a giant ocean and there's a big difference between 6 miles, 8 miles, 12 miles and the water and everything else. So I don't really have a lot of information to share with you, gang, and I don't want to assume anything except that Mikey's okay. That's what I'm going to assume, that he's going to be okay. And it's just a little tiny motor on the back of that kayak. It's a 5 horsepower motor or 4 horse or 6 or something like that, and he's cruising. He had plenty of fuel. He was talking about fuel. It just he had some engine problems, is what I was told, and he was in contact with the United States Coast Guard until the wee hours of the night last night, until he lost his battery, went dead. So you can only imagine after that. It's kind of scary out there. Oh my gosh. So
Yes, indeed. It's rough. I mean, there's a lot happening within our group also.
yeah, let's talk
Okay.
about Andrew's. Let's talk about Lance's mom.
Yeah, Lance's mom is she's not doing real well. And I mean, there's a lot going on, you know. It's just hey, that's what everybody's here for. Just step up and be there for them.
Yeah, just being there, being the community that you guys are, and the positiveness that comes out of the community is absolutely amazing. And John, we stumbled into you because of Justin. About I don't even know. It seems like we've known each other forever now, because that's the kind of person you are. You got such a big heart. You've taken such good care of our members and sending them product and taking care of Riley. I can't believe you built that bitchin' rod. I was going to tell the story when Riley got that rod. He didn't want to embarrass you. And he called me up and he said, "Hey, I don't know what's wrong with this rod, but maybe John made a mistake or something. But the guides go around in a circle. They're not lined up right." And I'm like, "Oh, Riley, it's an acid wrapped rod."
Yeah. I mean, it gets a lot of them. I've had people see me on a live and say, "Hey, man, you need to straighten the guides up. You got your rod together wrong." I'm like, "No, it's made that way, you know."
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, it's been benefiting a lot of our elders in the fishing community. A lot of our we got a few that's handicapped, and they've been enjoying the rods because it makes it so easy for them. Because I got a few that's got to sit down and cast them because he's got one leg, he got one foot missing, so it's a lot better for him to sit down and cast. And with the acid wrap, it makes it a lot easier to cast. You can side cast with it, whichever, and it still works really good. And they enjoying them, that's for sure.
1 second. Marley's doing good, Elliot. Marley, he had a really slow day yesterday. He laid around all day, but today he's charged up, running. He's eaten a bunch of bananas and some mangoes, and he's had some Enfamil, like baby food. He's doing really good today. As you can see, he's up there above me, checking things out, watching the show. Josh Blaze wants to know, is the guides, when they're in that spiral, the acid wrap, does it give you better leverage, or what is it?
Yes, it does a lot. I mean, it eliminates a lot of stress on your wrist. It eliminates the twist in the rod. If you're fighting a good fish and he wants to run to the side, that guide being on top, when that line pulls, it wants to twist. With it being already on the bottom, you get the benefits of a spinning rod and a casting rod all in one. Because when it's on the bottom, it don't twist. It it,
Okay.
it works a lot.
You reading all these messages too, just like me? Lisa wants to know, do you miss her?
He was here last weekend.
Well, that's plenty of time away from you to miss her.
Yeah.
Yep. Today's Okuma Wednesday, gang. We talk about some Okuma products. We'll have a cool video that we'll show you guys in a few minutes about that. But John, I'm super excited that you did get your website up and running. My buddy Elliot, who's on here right now, he'll help you if you ever need help. Just let me know and he can help you make your website better. He built a lot of websites. He built mine. He built Promar's website. He's taken care of a lot of stuff. Fishworks. He can take care of yours if you need help.
Yeah.
Moving forward. But what we got to show you here, guys, with the Okuma stuff is there's all kinds of stuff going on at Okuma right now, and there's a big contest going on. And you just go to okumafishing.com and okumafishingusa.com, and you can check out the contest that's going on, all the great products that's going on over there. And check out, we got a cool little video to show you right now. You got that ready, or are we going to go with it? Elliot, what do you think? I'll just make it go. Here we go.
Hey guys, this is John Bretz with Okuma Fishing Tackle. What we have here is a new Catalina rod series. This is a new saltwater series. We're doing 5 different models, all going to be 7.5 foot lengths. We're going to do a medium, medium heavy, and heavy live bait rod. A lot of versatility with that rod. And we're going to do 2 rail rods, a 2XH and a 3XH model. You'll notice the foregrips are EVA on all of the rods. The rail rods are going to have a shrink tube rear grip with a machined aluminum gimbal. And then when you look at the live bait rods, those will have an EVA with a rubber end cap. As far as a guide configuration goes, we're going to have stainless steel welded guides on the live bait rods. And those will also be bridge guides, so it's extremely durable. This is the type of guide that you want for ultimate durability. And then for the rail rods, we have stainless steel C-guide frames with zirconium inserts. So not only do you have that deep pressed frame design to protect the insert, you also have zirconium, which is going to be optimized for braided line fishing. This is just an incredible rod. The rod blank itself is 24-ton carbon fiber, so it's going to be lightweight and extremely durable. And then we equipped all these rods with our UFR tip technology. That's going to give you over 3 times the lifting power. So if you're in a situation where you don't want a high stick, but you actually have a fish that runs under the boat, it's going to help protect and make that rod that much more durable. As far as the reel seats go on the live bait rods, they're all going to have Fuji reel seats, but depending on the model, it'll either be the DPS Fuji reel seat or the heavy duty graphite Fuji reel seat. So great componentry. When you get to the rail rod, you're going to have a machined aluminum Okuma reel seat, 2-toned anodized. Just looks amazing and give you amazing performance. These are rods that I'd put on my boat and I'd fish on any trip. Amazing new introduction in addition to the Okuma product line, the Catalina rod series. If you want to find out more information, check it out at a retailer near you or on okumafishingusa.com.
What a great rod that is. I have a bunch of them and I love those things. They fish so good. They fish good. They're not acid wrapped though, but they still fish pretty good. They fish pretty good. Guys, check out all the cool stuff at okumafishingusa.com. You can check it all out there and you can see the contest. They're giving away some stuff. So you can check all that out at Okuma Fishing USA, and we'll have one of the representatives from Okuma, or maybe John Bretzel will join us, or Dave Brown, or they even got a surf fishing guru dude that might join us. I don't know. Somebody will join us somewhere down the line, and we'll have them on here and we'll do a great show. But great story on, oh yeah, Mikey. Yep. He got sober. He started out his stick was fishing and sipping. He doesn't sip anymore though. He's sober. And yep, he's just going to get found and he's going to be fine and he's going to have a hell of a story to tell us, Robert. That's for damn sure.
That's it.
So let's talk about let's talk about your website. What all do you have to sell for? What all do you have that we can use out here on the East Coast?
At the moment, I got for y'all. I'm working on. I've actually got it in the motion to do the 2 and 4 straight for y'all.
Oh, the 2 and the 4/0 live bait hooks.
No, the number 2 and the number 4. The
Oh,
live
for
bait.
the anchovies, yes.
Yeah. It's in the makings as of right now. So it's just going to take me a little time to get it right. So
Well, cool. We're excited about that. I mean, my gosh, tell everybody what these hooks are made out of. They're just an incredible product, and they're a black hook, so they're going to be invisible when you're fishing live bait under the water, like I talk about all the time. It's not a chrome plated, it's not a nickel plated, it is black. Therefore, it's going to be invisible when it hits the water.
Yeah, we chose to go with the black nickel coating because we found in our catfish is rough on the tooth pad of catfish is rough on hooks, and we found that the black nickel coating works really, really good as far as durability. And the hooks are actually made of German alloy steel. We do all the offsets and the sharpening of the points, everything. All that's done with these hooks before heat treat. Therefore, the tip stays sharp longer, they're durable, and they're really strong.
Well, that's good that they stay sharp longer. That's what he said, gang, sharp. That's his Louisiana slang. They sounded like he said short longer. They're sharp longer.
Sharp, like cut you. That if you look at that pack, it's wrote on the front, caution. Sharp.
Sharp point. Yep, that's what it says right there. Yep. Well, there's a big tribute. Everybody's saying nice things about Mikey, and we keep you guys updated. If anything happens, we'll jump on here live and talk about what's going on with Mikey. Right now, he's still missing at sea, gang. If you have any idea how we can get a hold of his family or anybody close to him, give this phone number 52615-155-7197 and give them a call and let them know how they can get a hold of some family members. We're trying to make sure everybody gets informed of what's going on with Mikey. And Lisa, yeah, don't play with hooks. Yeah, they're not for being played with. I think I think we tried to bait up Marley, bait his tail up. That's what happened.
I want to say something, but I'll leave that one alone. Yeah.
Oh my.
But yeah, it with the way we done the hooks it was for durability. Because I mean, there's a lot of hooks out there, and you get 2 or 3 of these good cats on it, and you're changing hooks. If not, you're over there with a hook sharpener trying to sharpen them. And we want to eliminate that.
Well, these definitely are sharp. My goodness. You just touch it on your skin, it goes right through. John Stanley said he's been using the hooks you sent him, but he needs some smaller ones. I don't know if you heard John saying it or not, but he's making the smaller ones just for us. That's going to be super cool. There you go. There's your website. Elliot will let us know if we need to change anything on that, but there's your website up there and ready to go.
Yeah, that dude could be hacking in anybody's stuff, can't he?
He's the best. He is the very, very best at what he does. That's for damn sure. Thank God for Elliot.
Hey, yeah, it seems that way.
There's a lot of stuff on there too. Now I can see why it took you so long to get this thing up and running. What? Oh, those are egg sinkers, the pink ones?
No, that's floats.
Oh, okay.
That's
Oval floats. Yeah, if I read, God darn it, just read, Dave.
Hell, I can't see it. Must live read it.
Yeah, I got my 350 glasses on right here. Oh, you even make swivels?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, Louise, you make everything.
Wait, you got to try to cover it all.
That's right. You don't want anybody going out of shop to buy something.
Nope.
What are you going to use these long shank hooks for as far as catfish fishing goes?
That's a bait holder hook. It's really for most of the guys that use them. They use them to catch bait mostly.
Okay.
And we also have what size is the carp slayer hook? It's a number 4. It's not of German alloy yet, but that's in the making. And it's actually proven to catch. I think Lance got a 30-pound carp on that little hook.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You could use the long shank for squid. That's right, John Stanley. You sure could. There's all kinds of things going on here. He's going to make some of those hooks in the size number 2 and a size number 4 with the shanks, so you don't have to snell it, because I'm sure that's what you guys are doing with these hooks, right? With the bend in there, you're snelling them, and then we're going to use them for live bait without the bend in the shank. And John's developing these hooks just for us. I can't believe it. That's pretty cool. Is there a link for updates on Mikey? No, but my gosh, the whole West Coast community is up and down on this thing. And if anybody hears anything at all, we're going to share it all over the place. That's for damn sure.
Yep. And you know, the best
you have a latest update right here, right now. Okay, let's see it. Elliot, there we go. I can't see it.
I can't read that.
Our friend Mikey has been missing since yesterday. There is a strong northern current, so it is probably dragged northward towards Turtle Bay, where the local cooperative will. Local boats searched until midnight yesterday, and more boats resumed the search this morning. The Marine Infantry is also participating in the dispatch, a spokesman for the Cedros Island. They expect to conduct an aerial search this morning. A Marine Infantry helicopter is expected to arrive from Ensenada. In addition, more aircraft has been added to the search. Fortunately, we are already in communication with this family. Please message me here or call. Okay, good. So they got his family involved. Good. Sounds like they got a lot of people out there looking for him, folks. So he's going to be found here shortly, and we're going to celebrate, and we'll all be very happy.
That's for sure. But you know what's the best part about our products, Dave?
No, what?
Ain't nobody going to beat the prices we have for the quality of stuff we got.
There you go. You can't talk anybody out of that. That's for damn sure. So what is a pack of hooks this size going to, if you talking right now, what is that size? 2-aught, a pack of 2-aught.
$5.
$5. Come on. You're talking, those are the prices we were paying in the 80s. My God.
Yep. And free shipping.
And free, oh my gosh, it doesn't get much better than that.
And that's what we've been pushing this on a lot of people, telling them that we didn't do this to get rich.
If we know fishermen, we know we don't get rich.
That That's what I'm saying. But I figured it like this. If I can do this and keep it going and bring some of the best hooks to the market, that's what I'll do. And that's where we at so far. You know, they've been proven over and over and over and over. I mean, hell, Creel's guide service, he kept track on one hook, and he had over 400 pounds of catfish caught on one hook without having to sharpen it, without having to do anything.
Well, Matt Ryan says his hooks haven't rusted yet. He's fished with them quite a bit after catching tons of calicos. And then we recommend not clicking on any of the links in the chat. Stay updated on Facebook. Some of the long range groups are updating. Just be careful when you see a post about Mikey that you're not. There's a lot of spammers out there that want to get you. So
that's for sure. There's a whole bunch of them, and
yeah,
that's another thing that we was wanting to do too. Is we wanted to make sure the hook didn't rust like every other hook. That's why we spent the time and the money to do this the right way the first time.
And the German alloyed steel is going to save that from rusting, right?
It has its own rust preventive materials in it also. That's what's so good about the German alloy. That topped off with the black nickel coating, they're going to last for a good while.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's pretty great that you're taking care of the members and sending them some hooks to try out. And they Matt Ryan and John Stanley have nothing but great things to say about these hooks. They use them like all the time. These two guys are fishing fools. They fish everywhere all the time. If you could piss a puddle, they would fish in it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Andrew, the auto tech. Do you have assist hooks? I don't think so. They're going to put those on like a flat fall or a slow pitch jig or something like that. You don't make those, do you?
What is he? All I need to know is what he's looking at, what he's talking about.
They're assist hooks. They hang off of the lures. I think I got one here. Let me see if I can find one in this bag of crap here. I may get one here in a second. I got so many lures here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shoot. Okay. I forgot I got a lure in my peacock bass's mouth. So that's the assist hooks. They hang off the lure.
Well, that's simple.
Okay. So what you would do, Andrew, is you just give John a call, and he's going to make sure to take care of you and get you what you need. I think those German alloy hooks would work great with these lures hanging off of them. If you're going to get a jig and it doesn't have an assist hook on it, you're going to want to put one on. And there you go. You can get John to make it for you. Nobody else is going to do that. John just said, let me know what you need. He's going to make it for you. Gamakatsu or Mustad or any of the other hook companies, they're not offering to make you the hook. You get it right here, right now. Look at that. That's pretty damn cool. Yeah, these lures right here are made for catching 2 sand bass at a time. Hey, John, let me ask you a question. We have a huge thing going on out here on the West Coast. They're trying to close the sand bass fishery, right? What do you think of a fish that doesn't live in California Oh, Okuma, yes, it is a very scary situation. We've been talking about it the whole show today. We trying to keep everybody aware of what's going on with Mikey. It's a very, very scary situation, but I think it's when all's said and done, he's going to have a hell of a story to tell us when they find him. And he was going to be our guest this Friday because he's driving down the Baja, and he was going to tell us all about what's going on. And then him and I were going to fish next week in Adolfo's Lopez Mateos. So we're praying and hoping for our buddy Mikey, and we hope that everything's going to be fine. And thank you for reaching out at OkumaFishingUSA.com and we've been talking about your products here today and everything about Mikey. Everything about Mikey. It's kind of a sad situation, but it's going to be joyous when they find him. It's going to be joyous.
That's for sure.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. What was I talking about? I forgot. Ask John. He doesn't remember anything from 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, do sand bass.
Oh, yes. So they got to give you credit. Good job.
Reminded me.
Brought me right back to that. Okay. Do you think it's kind of retarded? Let's say we're doing a stock assessment right now. The state of California is spending it, or not the state of California. They're not spending any money, but somebody's spending money assessing the population of a fish that doesn't even live here. Is that ridiculous or what?
That's a dumb move.
That'd be like looking for polar bears in California.
Yeah, that'd be like me going out here and trying to catch tuna in the river.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. They're doing a stock assessment on the barred sand bass that doesn't even live in California. It lives in Mexico.
So what? That's a waste of money.
Yeah. And they're bound and determined, like Justin was saying, they lay a ruler out on the bottom and they lay down there on the bottom and watch the fish swim across the ruler. And if no sand bass swim across the ruler, they consider there's no sand bass in that area. What's the ruler? 6 feet long? And how big is the ocean? This is absolutely stunning to me that we're about to put a stock assessment on a fish that doesn't live here. I don't understand.
I mean, it's I know what that is.
What is it?
Politics.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're not supposed to talk about politics on here. Everybody gets turned off by talking about politics. Oh my goodness. You know that I know in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, you're not going to go for this, but do you know that you don't need an ID to vote in the state of California?
Yeah, that's that won't work here.
I don't care what side of the fence you're on. That is absolute ridiculous. You cannot have a fair election in the state if you don't have voter ID. How do you have a fair election? How do you decide who voted? And how many times, you know what's weird about Mexico? And I live here and I've been here since 2018. You only get to vote once. Yeah. And you got to be alive.
Yeah. And
that's so weird. That concept, that I was told that concept is racism. Pretty weird.
I ain't going down that path, Dave.
Don't you have to have an ID to get a fishing license in Baton Rouge, Louisiana?
Yep. Down here, you got to have a license for every damn thing.
Same with California. You have to have a license for everything, and you have to have ID for everything.
Except you got to have ID to buy a pack of cigarettes. You got to have ID to buy sinus medicine. You got to have an ID to buy a beer. I mean, take your pick, and that's what the ID is for here.
But we don't have to have an ID to vote in California. Isn't that cool?
Well, I mean, that's one way of stacking the game.
Yeah, when the governor of California made it illegal to ask for your ID.
Well,
Pretty crazy. If you're at the polls and you ask somebody, John comes in and wants to even if you want to show your ID, people can't even look at it or you're going to a federal penitentiary.
that's crazy.
Yep.
Well,
That's California, buddy.
I was
Crazy.
out there a while back, quite a few years back, and I didn't like it the way it was run when I went there, and that was what, 20 years ago almost. Yeah,
It's crazy.
it was strange. I was like, this is weird.
It is very strange, California.
Yeah.
Very, very strange. I don't know, Mike or Matt Ryan, what you're asking about Mike Lou. Dave, did Mike Lou what? I don't know, Matt.
That's that abbreviation stuff, man. They'd be saying things and just using few letters instead of words.
Oh, yeah, Mike Lewis. Yes. Mike Lewis made this. This is Kelly Girl's cup. I can't find my cup right now. It's somewhere here. But yes, Mike Lewis made this cup for Kelly Girl. It's pretty bitchin'. It's a pretty cool cup. He does a great job. That's all painted. That's painted. That's a phenomenal paint job on a cup, right? It looks like it's hauling ass just sitting in my hand.
Yep.
That's one of our family members. He's on here every single day.
Yep. But they if they just get in touch with us on the website, all they got to do is email us at rct@rivercasttackle.com, and I mean, if we don't know about what they're looking for, we can't come up with it, you know.
Yeah, so just let John know you want that assist hook put on that lure. You can get John will make them for you. Yep, Mike Lewis, she would have killed you if you hadn't made her a cup too. I knew you were here. He never misses a show. He's always hanging out. So
he's hiding.
He's just hiding out, watching us on Facebook, sending some stars.
He's waiting to snipe you.
And gang, if you can hit the like button and the subscribe button on YouTube or Facebook and follow us and make sure you hit the notification button so you'll always be ready for when we go live, I'd really appreciate it. What I'm trying to do is I'd love to get to 100,000 subscribers on Facebook by the end of the year. We're at 96,832 right now. So we're close. We could get there. Some months we average 6,000 subscribers. Some months we average a couple hundred subscribers. So you just got to help me out.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Matt, I've been through another stack of paperwork and more money, and they still haven't released them to me yet. They're still holding them. They're here. I have them in the. We finally got them in the States, but Customs jacked me the first go around, and then we fought that until they was gonna handle us according to federal law. So we left it alone for a little bit, and then they finally contacted us and had us file more paperwork and do another stack and send them more money, and we're waiting on them to release them.
Oh, man.
And that was a month ago.
That's crazy. We're getting a lot of comments on Instagram, too, about Mikey. Gang, we're trying to keep everybody informed on what's going on with Mikey. We really don't know, except that there is a lot of people searching for him. And he's gonna get found, but it's a big giant swath of an area to look for him. And I know all you guys on Instagram are loving Mikey's stuff that he posts all the time on there, and I'm doing my best to try to answer all your questions. I don't really have a lot of answers for you guys, except that I personally love Mikey, and I think that he's going to be found because he's a very good waterman. And I was in contact with him because he was going to be on the show on Friday, like we normally have guests coming on the show. And he was supposed to be on here with me. He got Starlink for his truck, so he was going to do it from the side of the road down the Baja somewhere. He was going to go live with me and tell us how much fun he's having fishing down the Baja. He's going to spend quite a bit of time down there this winter. And unfortunate, we heard that he was lost at sea at 2:30 yesterday, made a Mayday call. And then for the rest of the night, everybody's been searching for him ever since the Mayday call went out. And he's off of Ascension Bay, about 6 to 12 miles off the beach. I've heard people say 6 miles. I've heard people say 12. I don't really know exactly what it was, but he wouldn't go swimming because that's death. He would stay with his boat, with his kayak. He would definitely stay with the boat and stay with it, and that's how he's going to be found. Swimming in this situation is not an option.
No.
It's definitely not an option. You don't want to leave. If he's got to stay on the boat overnight, he can just sit there. He's not doing a lot of sleeping, I promise you that. He's awake. He's probably doing the slow paddle toward anything he can see. And he could get hypothermia very easily. Yep, that's a thing that could happen. It's the water up in that area. It's not warm like it is down here. So it's in the mid to low 60s where he's at. And yeah, we can just hope and pray. Everybody on Instagram, all I can tell you is we're can't wait for the story. He's going to have one hell of a story to tell us when he gets found. We can't wait to hear the story, but that's what's going on, gang. Some people say he Maydayed. He was 12 miles off the beach. Some people say he was 6 miles. Other people say he was 8. I don't know. I don't want to assume anything. But that's a huge area to cover on a little tiny kayak, to look for it on with the airplane or with private boaters and everything. Everybody out there searching. You kind of have an area where you pinpoint it, but the movement of the boat with the drift and the current. If he has the safety equipment on his boat, he has the flares. That's kind of a no-brainer that Mikey, the time he spends on the water, I'm sure he has everything you got to have, but you don't want to waste the flares. There's got to be somebody around you to shoot the flare off.
It'd be hard for anyone to even see it in the fog.
Yeah, and then when you throw fog on top of it, you forget about it. You're not going to see a flare in the fog. It's just not going to happen. If there was no fog, he may use it. He may have used the flare. Normally the way it works, we have 3 flares, 3 orange flares and 3 red flares on most boats that I've worked on in my lifetime. So probably that little kayak's going to have 3 flares on it. That's what I would think. And you got to be real careful when you fire it off, that if no one's around, there's no reason to fire it off because no one's going to see it, or they're not going to know where to go look for you. If they see a flare from the beach and you're offshore 8-9 miles, it's going to be impossible to pinpoint where you are.
Yeah. And I deal with fog on the river too. And I've been in a position out here on the river where I've got caught in fog, and you could be 2 foot from the shoreline and you don't see it. That's how heavy it would be.
That's incredible that you're that close in the river and you can't see the bank, huh?
Yeah. But
No, Mikey didn't need to make it to land. He's very, very good waterman. He could have spent the night on that kayak drifting just fine. He knows how to fight a fish on that kayak. He knows how to keep it upright. He just sit there and be careful and not dump the kayak over and sit there all night. That could easily be done. Spend the night on the kayak, get up in the morning and start working on trying to be found. I think that's what he's doing right now is he's just trying to be found.
it'd be if you had phone service, they could just track the phone.
Yeah, they said he lost his battery for his radio or whatever he was trying to call everybody on. Yep. It's a weird, scary situation. Whatever's going on, it's still scary.
Yep. Sound like you getting a little sick too.
No, I got hay fever. The pollen's thick down here. We had a little bit of rain in the month of October and a little bit more in November. The pollen is thick down here. It's in the mid 80s, low 90s. Millions of butterflies. Everything's blooming, and I've got hay fever like you can't even imagine. And no, on the kayak and his radio, he's got that emergency radio button he can push. But if the battery's dead, there's nothing you can do. And I was told he was talking to people last night until 10 or 11 o'clock at night when his battery went dead. So he called a bunch of different people. He was talking to the Coast Guard. He was talking to the Mexicans that were looking for him. He was talking to people on his radio last night. We know that. But because Phil Freeman's reporting on it too, that he was talking to different people on his radio. All I got is assumptions, gang, and all I got is what I'm hearing all over the internet. And Phil said he was talking to different people. Hey, Lance, nice to see you, buddy. I don't know what else I could add to this except everything's hearsay. Everybody's got a story. Everybody's talking about it. I'm going to hope and pray that he was talking to someone on the radio last night. Some way they know where he's at. Yeah, well, anything's possible, gang. Anything's possible. You know, if he was on an aluminum boat, made it to Catalina, somebody did. Yeah, that's easily possible. We just don't know. If you have an EPIRB on your boat, the chances of being found are about 100%. But they did not connect to Mikey. I don't know. I don't really know if they did or if they didn't, Elliot. I don't know. I'm just know what I hear. If you listen to Phil Freeman's updated situation, in that he talks about how Mikey was in communications with the Coast Guard till the wee hours of the night. That's all I got to go by. Right there. Put him on. Let's listen to him.
Good morning, my friends. We have some terrible news right now. Breaking. Mikey from SD Fish and Sips put out a mayday off the Baja coast in Mexico yesterday afternoon. His last known position 8 miles from San Roque near Bahia Ascension. They searched until midnight. Local boats yesterday and came up with nothing. The search has resumed. The Mexican Navy is also involved in it right now. Mikey's been a guest on the Freedman Adventures podcast. He's a remarkable human being, a truly good guy, and we can only hope that he's being towed around by a giant fish that he will ultimately conquer. Mikey is listed as lost at sea right now. The search continues. God Almighty, please, please, please bring him home safely. Good morning, my friends. We have some terrible news right now. Breaking. Mikey from SD Fish and Sips put out a mayday off the Baja coast in Mexico yesterday afternoon. His last known position 8 miles from San Roque.
He also, Phil, I think, updated that report like an hour ago or something, where he said that they were in contact. If you got that, I don't know if it's on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or whatever, but all we got is the information. Here we go. Hold on.
Kayak yesterday. He put out a mayday from his kayak yesterday down there off San Roque, about 8 miles offshore near Bahia Ascension in Baja California, Mexico. Local boats searched until midnight and found nothing last night. Sherry Bondi, she owns La Bufadora Inn in Bahia Ascension, and she said, everybody loves Mikey. We will find him. Dear friend Jeff Lingle, who runs a yacht out of San Diego, is very well connected with government officials, just got off the horn with the Coast Guard that Mikey's 6-horsepower motor failed. Then his battery died on his radio. He was in communication with the Coast Guard into the night last night. Fog is making things very difficult here today, finding him. My hope is, and why I am somewhat optimistic here now, is the fog may just have him hidden at this point in time. Maybe we're going to find him. God help us. Please bring Mikey back safe.
See, that's where I was going with when I heard he was in communication last night with the Coast Guard till his battery went dead. So that's what I got, is what Phil has. That's the information that's all I got. You know, even though he's a friend and he's going to be on the podcast and all that stuff, he's out fishing. He was out fishing, gang. So I don't really have communication with him because there was no reason for us to talk because he was going fishing. So he's down the coastline at Ascension Bay. You guys can look it up. It's a very, very cool bay. There's a lot of fish in the bay, Ascension Bay. And you guys can look that up and see where it is. I think it's like 280, 290 miles down the Baja. And I'm not positive on that, but I'm pretty dang sure. And then he's out fishing outside the bay so gosh only knows where the hell he could be at. There it is on the Elliot showing the picture. And all we know is that Mikey's out there and he knows how to fish and he knows how to boat and he knows he's a good waterman. So anything's possible at this point. Anything's possible.
He's going to be, they're going to find him floating and fishing. But I mean, I'd be, me personally,
No, you're looking in a totally wrong area. It's up the Baja. It's on the Baja. On the Baja Peninsula above Cedros in that big bay right there. The big bay. Up above there a little bit. I think it's right. Ascension Bay. Ascension. Oh, wait a minute. Go down a little bit. Down. Right there. I'm pretty sure he's somewhere in that zone there. Yep. Getting closer. And it's a northerly it's a northerly current, so it might be pushing him up towards Turtle Bay. We don't really know, but that's where he's at right there. And that's all I got right now, gang. I don't really have anything else. Kind of where he's at. And we can only hope and we can only pray. There's all kinds of bitching stuff to do on the Baja Peninsula. It's kind of why I live down here. But it's unforgiving, and there's not a lot of safety. I mean, you kind of at all the fishermen, they're just kind of gonna rally around him and they're gonna help. But there's not a lot of people, there's not a lot of safety, there's not a lot of Coast Guard, there's not a lot of that stuff going on. So all we can do is hope and pray. And gosh, if he's gonna be on our show on Friday, he's gonna have one hell of a story to tell.
What? That would be a good one. That'd be a hard one to top. That's for sure.
Absolutely. But what a great man, what a great fisherman. Go over to his YouTube channel and subscribe and stay on that, because I'll guarantee you, if there's an update, if he's alive, or I mean, if he's on land and he can tell you what's going on, he's going to do it on his YouTube channel. That's for damn sure. Promar, thanks for jumping in here and wishing Mikey the best of luck. I didn't mean to say if he's alive when they find him. He is alive. He's guarantee alive. It. They're going to find him when they find him. He's going to post on his YouTube channel. He posts all the time there, so you guys can find him on there. So I would say hit the notification button on Mikey's YouTube channel. That's probably how you can stay the most connected to this whole thing. Besides Phil Freeman giving the updates all the time on what's going on. And Phil's got his fingers in Mexico big time. Speaks the language fluently. Finds out stuff that most of us aren't going to find out. So my go-to person would be Phil Freeman. And Freeman Adventures. Follow along with Freeman Adventures and hit his notification button, because he's going to let us know when he finds out. And believe me, he's on this. He's on it, and he's going to find out what's going on. Oh, John, I wish we could have had you on a better day, more positivity.
Hey, but there is positivity. He's going to be found, and he's going to still be fishing.
Absolutely. And he's going to want some of your hooks.
I can help him with that.
So, gang, what we're going to do is we're going to take a second. We're going to take a deep breath. We're going to retitle the show today. And we're going to go back over to Justin Fishing Live. I want to thank John for joining us today. Check out the River Cats Tackle website. All the great things they got going on. You guys have a special show every Sunday at 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time where the whole family goes live, right?
Yeah. We always got somebody in there, and it's always a fun show.
That is for sure. That's how I got involved with you guys, was that Friday or that Sunday show, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, River Cats Tackle. I'll throw the logo up on here one more time so you guys can see it. There you go, River Cats Tackle. Check out John and the gang over there, and check out all the different things they have at their store and the great hooks he's going to be designing for Your Saltwater Guide. I'm super excited. And Matt and John and so many other people have had a taste of it, and they're going to get them, and it's going to be better and better. And let's keep our thoughts and prayers for Mikey, and I will see you guys all on the other side here in a few minutes. Thank you, John, for being with us today.
Not a problem.
And we'll see you later.